The question of eternal life has haunted humanity for millennia. Traditional religious perspectives often posit an afterlife, a realm beyond physical existence where consciousness persists. However, a naturalistic worldview, grounded in scientific observation and reason, typically views consciousness as an emergent property of the brain, ceasing with death. This essay will argue that, while a traditional afterlife may be incompatible with naturalism, a form of subjective eternal life can be conceived within this framework, focusing on the nature of subjective experience and the potential implications of quantum non-locality. Subjective experience, the what it's like aspect of consciousness, is the bedrock of our understanding of being. From the moment of birth, we become aware, experiencing the world through our unique perspective. This subjective awareness is not limited to humans. Animals and potentially countless other sentient beings throughout the universe also possess their own forms of subjective experience. Each individual, a distinct subject, navigates reality through this personal lens, creating a tapestry of diverse conscious states. The continuity of subjective experience is a key point of contention. While many assume consciousness ends during deep sleep, the subjective reality might tell a different story. From the individual's perspective, there is no experience of nothingness during sleep. Upon waking, it's not as if eons have passed. The experience is continuous, albeit perhaps altered or fragmented. This suggests that subjective experience, rather than ceasing, persists in some form, even when memory and wakeful awareness are absent. This persistence of subjective experience raises questions about the nature of death. If consciousness is solely tied to the physical brain, then death seemingly marks its definitive end. However, the continuous flow of subjective experience, even in altered states, suggests a different possibility. Consider a prolonged coma. Upon regaining consciousness, the individual wouldn't perceive the lost years. Subjective experience, in a sense, transcends the linear time of physical reality. The continuous flow of subjective experience can be visualized as a stream of consciousness, constantly shifting and changing, even within a single lifetime. We are not the same person we were years ago. Our memories, perspectives, and even our physical selves evolve. Yet the thread of I, the subjective experiencer, persists. This continuous flow, this inherent nature of experience to simply be, hints at a deeper reality. One potential avenue for exploring this deeper reality lies in the realm of quantum physics. The principle of quantum non-locality suggests that particles can be entangled across vast distances, instantaneously influencing each other. This interconnectedness raises intriguing possibilities about the nature of consciousness. Some theories, like quantum information panpsychism, QIP, propose that consciousness is not merely an emergent property of the brain, but a fundamental aspect of the universe, residing within the quantum field. If consciousness is indeed tied to the quantum field, then its potential for persistence beyond physical death becomes more plausible. Just as quantum entanglement transcends spatial limitations, consciousness might transcend the limitations of the physical brain. This is not to suggest a traditional afterlife, but rather a continuation of subjective experience in a form we may not yet fully comprehend. The concept of nothingness becomes problematic when considering subjective experience. How can experience truly experience nothing? The very act of experiencing implies something to be experienced. Even in the absence of sensory input or memory, the fundamental nature of consciousness, to experience, might persist. This suggests that subjective experience, in some form, is an inherent and inescapable aspect of reality. From an objective, scientific standpoint, consciousness may appear tied to the lifespan of the individual brain. However, from a subjective perspective, the perspective of the experiencing I, there is a continuous flow, a persistence that transcends the limitations of linear time and physical form. This subjective continuity, coupled with the speculative possibilities of quantum consciousness, opens a space for considering a form of eternal life within a naturalistic framework. In conclusion, while traditional notions of an afterlife may clash with a naturalistic worldview, The nature of subjective experience and the potential implications of quantum non-locality suggest a different possibility. Consciousness, as an inherent aspect of reality, may persist in some form beyond physical death, not as a continuation of individual personality or memories, but as a continuous flow of subjective experience, eternally experiencing, eternally being.